At 14,000 feet, the air is so thin, your body starts to panic, but for one civilization. This death zone wasn't a warning, it was home. We're taught that the Incas were a lost empire, conquered, destroyed, forgotten. The history books say they vanished in 1572. The history books are wrong. They didn't vanish. They just moved higher, up here. To understand this civilization, you must first understand where they lived. The Andes are not just mountains, they are a wall. The longest continental mountain range in the world, stretching 7,000 kilometers down the spine of South America. This is one of the most volatile places on Earth. It is a land of active volcanoes, violent earthquakes, and weather that changes in a heartbeat. To the Spanish, these mountains were a barrier, a frozen hell that killed their horses and froze their men. But to the Incas, they were apus, living gods. They didn't build despite the mountains, they built because of them. They learned that up here, the air is thin, but the spirit is strong. In a place where modern humans struggle to breathe, they built an empire of stone that touched the sky. In Japan, we found the silence of the samurai. Here in the Andes, we find something much louder. We find the stone pulse. The technology so advanced, we still can't replicate it today. Over the next 20 minutes, we're going to cross the sacred valley, descend into the Amazon, and climb the stairs of death. But first, we have to answer the question that haunts every archaeologist who steps foot in this city. How did a culture with no wheel, no iron, and no written language build this? Let's find the origin. Welcome to Sacsayhuaman. Look at this single block of granite. It weighs 120 tons. That is the weight of 50 cars stacked on top of each other. To move this stone today, we would need hydraulic cranes and specialized flatbed trucks. The Incas moved it across mountains using only ropes, muscle, and physics we no longer understand. But the weight isn't the mystery. The mystery is the fit. Take a razor blade. Try to slide it between these two stones. You can't. They fit together so perfectly that even after 500 years of earthquakes, they haven't moved a single millimeter. Some say it was aliens. Some say they softened the rock with a plant extract. But the truth is far more impressive. This is the result of a human will, so strong it bent the earth itself. This is the Sacred Valley. While the fortress above was built for war, this valley was built for life. Running through the center is the Urubamba River. To the Incas, this was the reflection of the Milky Way on Earth. But they didn't just worship the land, they engineered it. Look at these concentric circles. This is Moray. It looks like an amphitheatre, but it is actually a biological laboratory. The temperature difference between the top ring and the bottom ring can be as much as 15 degrees Celsius. By moving seeds up and down these terraces, the Incas genetically modified their crops, creating 3,000 varieties of potatoes. They didn't have microscopes. they had this. Travel further into the sacred valley, and the green landscape is suddenly scarred by a blinding white fracture. These are the salt mines of Maras. From the air, it looks like the scales of a giant white dragon. 3,000 geometric pools carved into the side of the canyon. But we are hundreds of miles from the coast. Why is there salt here? The source is a single, mysterious stream that flows from the belly of the mountain. It is hypersaline, a tear of the ocean trapped underground for millions of years. The Incas did not just find this water, they tamed it. They built a complex hydraulic system to feed every pool evenly. And the most incredible part? It is still working. These pools are not a museum exhibit. They are still owned by local families, passed down for generations, harvesting the white gold exactly as their ancestors did 500 years ago. We've seen the engineering. Now, we must see the reason. Behind the city stands a mountain called Huayna Picchu. To reach the top, you have to climb the stairs of death. There are no guardrails here, just floating steps, carved into a vertical cliff face, dropping 2,000 feet into the jungle, one slip, and you become part of the history. But why climb here? Why build a temple in the clouds? Because the Incas weren't hiding from the world. They were trying to touch the sky. This stone is the Intihuatana, the hitching post of the sun on the winter solstice. The sun aligns perfectly with this rock, casting no shadow. They believed they could tie the sun to the earth, so it wouldn't abandon them. Maybe they were right. The empire fell, the people died, but the stone is still holding the sun. But the Andes have not revealed all their secrets yet. Deep in the Vilcanota mountain range, there is a peak that looks like it belongs on Mars, not Earth. Welcome to Vinicunca. The mountain has 7 colours. Looking at these stripes of turquoise, lavender, and gold, it feels impossible, like a painting left out in the rain. But the true mystery of this place isn't the colour, it is the timing. For centuries, locals and travellers walked right past this valley and saw nothing but white. This beauty was hidden under a thick layer of glacial ice. It was only recently, as the climate shifted and the ice melted, that the mountain finally revealed its face. It is a stunning sight, but also a warning. The Earth is changing, and as the ice retreats, we are finally seeing the layers of time that were never meant to be touched. We leave the mountains and descend to the coast. Here, in one of the driest deserts on Earth, lies a mystery bigger than the pyramids, the Nazca lines. From the ground, these look like simple ruts in the dirt, but if you go up 1,000 feet, they become a monkey, a spider, a hummingbird. Some of these lines run perfectly straight for 30 miles, ignoring hills, valleys, and the curvature of the Earth. How did a people 2,000 years ago draw images that can only be appreciated from an airplane? Archaeologists say they were walking paths for water rituals, but the locals tell a different story. They say the lines weren't meant for people to see, they were meant for the gods. We leave the desert and climb to the edge of the world. This is the Colca Canyon. It is a tear in the earth so deep you could fit the Empire State Building inside it, 7 times. It is twice as deep as the Grand Canyon in Arizona. Down there, life is harsh. Up here, the sky belongs to the king. The Andean condor. With a wingspan of 3 meters, it is one of the largest flying birds on the planet. It glides on the thermal currents rising from the canyon floor, barely moving a feather for hours. To us, it is an animal. To the Incas, it was a messenger. They believed the condor was the only creature capable of flying to the sun and delivering prayers to the gods. Standing here, watching them circle the abyss, you can understand why. They are the guardians of the mountains, watching, waiting, and surviving. Climb back into the clouds. Welcome to Lake Titicaca. At 3,800 meters, this is the highest navigable lake in the world. Look at these islands. They are not made of earth, they are made of grass. The Euros people built these floating islands centuries ago to escape the Inca expansion. They live, sleep, and die on a foundation of rotting reeds, but the Incas respected this water. According to their legends, this is where the world began. They believed the creator god, Viracocha, rose from these dark depths to create the sun, the moon, and the stars. So thus they built the walls of Cusco, or the temples of Machu Picchu. They started here, in the cold, dark blue. Most people think Peru is just mountains and stone ruins. They are wrong. 60% of this country is covered by the Amazon rainforest. We're now descending from the cold Andes into the green hell, except it isn't hell, it is the most alive place on earth. To get here, you have to leave the roads behind and take a boat down the Madre de Dios River. The air here is heavy, hot, and loud. In a single hectare of this forest, there are more species of trees than in all of North America combined. You will see macaques gathering on clay licks, monkeys jumping between the canopy, and if you are lucky or unlucky, the jaguar. The Incas called this the Antisuyu, the eastern quarter. They respected the mountains, but they feared the jungle. Looking at this endless green ocean, you can understand why. We've crossed the desert, climbed the mountains, and survived the jungle. But the true soul of Peru isn't found in the ruins. It is found in the people. Here in Cusco, the past and present are fused together. Look at the walls. The Spanish built their white colonial churches on top, but the Inca stones are still underneath, holding everything up. It is a perfect symbol for this country. They tried to bury the culture, but it was too strong to break. From the painted hills of the Rainbow Mountain to the weavers who still speak the ancient Quechua language, the Empire of the Sun never really vanished. It just changed shape. So when you come here, don't just look at the stones, look at the faces. They're still here, watching, waiting, and welcoming you to the origin. from the depths of the Amazon jungle to the peaks of the Andes Mountains. We have walked the path of the Incas. We have seen their gold, their gods, and their ghosts. But the journey doesn't end here. The world is full of lost stories waiting to be found. Join us as we explore them all. This is Origin Earth. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell us where should we explore next. Thanks for watching.